Okay, welcome in and happy Wednesday to you. Get you guys updated about where we're at as a whole program as we go forward here into February. Varsity guys, I'll kind of touch on them here in a minute, but just sub-varsity wise, our freshmen are wrapping up their season this week in different tournaments. Our freshmen A and B are playing. Freshmen A are here, freshmen B are over at Park Hill South in the tournament. And freshmen B have advanced to the semis. They play tonight with the championship on Thursday, and then our freshman A team starts their tournament tonight. Really excited for those teams to be able to conclude the year as they have. Our freshman B team has had an outstanding year. Our freshman A team's really developed, so I'm looking forward to getting a chance to see those guys and have them close their week. Sophomores have had just a terrific season, had a really tough loss on Monday. In overtime to Liberty, lost 50-49, but they're playing really well. They're getting a lot better, and there's some guys that are contributing that we see as being JV and varsity contributors in the very near future, and we're really excited about those guys. They will play Thursday this week, and then they conclude Monday, Thursday next week, and then shift the focus to JV varsity. Last Friday night, obviously, Liberty came in, and we just we were so bad early that it just took us a while to get going. And then by the time we got going, we fought like crazy, and certainly proud of the guys and their effort. But you dug yourselves too big. We dug ourselves too big of a hole, and then trying to come back in, it was really tough. But I thought a large reason why we were able to come back was because of how great the crowd was. I mean, the crowd didn't give up on us. The crowd was into it. It was as loud as I've ever heard the field house. We've had some pretty fun, pretty special games in there, but that was as loud as I've ever heard it. And it was a huge part of us being able to come back and be in it. And as bad as we were early, we still had chances. And credit to Liberty for playing as well as they did, for taking us out of our stuff, for being able to get what they needed to early. They certainly deserve credit too. And then varsity guys were able to bounce back yesterday. Truman came in, conference game. To win that moves us to 3-1 in the league, which keeps us atop the league, tied with Raytown, who's 3-1 as well after Raytown won last night. And so, we still have a lot of things left to accomplish in front of us. Goals are still attainable, and we certainly will going forward. And then Friday, we go up to St. Joe Central to play them, which will complete kind of the first cycle through conference. And then we'll see everybody a second time. And then before we know it, it'll be playoff time. But I usually don't highlight a ton of individual performances, but just something of note is last night in the game versus Truman, Tyson Cathy had a 16-point, 17-rebound game. Tyson was 6 out of 7 from the field. As a team, we out-rebounded Truman 43-15. Tyson himself out-rebounded Truman 17-15. Just a remarkable stat line. And I'm going to have to, well, not me, Dennis Bunch probably do it, but we're going to research, but I think that's going to be the first time ever that we've had a player out-rebound a team. So Tyson was obviously very active and really good. I can go through and highlight a lot of individuals. I think we got some good players. I think some guys that are getting better. But that stat line was pretty remarkable. So just wanted to share that with you all. And now, up to you guys and what you get.
All right, thank you for coming in, Coach. You said that you guys dug yourself a hole on Friday, but you guys did have a hard-fought comeback, brought it to within 2 points. But as the game seemed to come to its close, you guys missed some crucial shots. How you plan on fixing that?
Yeah. So I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say I've watched it 10 times, that stretch, to figure out what to do different. Couple things. Number one is I thought that we got good looks from good shooters, and they didn't go in. So I don't want to overreact. Second part of it is, did we miss the good looks with the good shooters because our legs were tired because of how hard we had to fight to come back in it? That's the thought. Lastly is, I don't know if we moved the ball. I think we took good shots. Were they great? And so I wonder about that. Part of it was we took what were open and available early in a possession because we knew we had to mount a little bit of a comeback, so we were playing a little bit quicker and faster. But it's all hindsight. I think I should have called. I mean, I left with some timeouts. So from a coaching standpoint, I don't think I handled the last 4 minutes really, really well at all. I think I should have done things pretty different as far as managing timeouts. If nothing else, just to get the guys a break and get them some rest. But hindsight is what it is, and we'll be better for it. But I thought that still having opportunities in the game shows kind of what we got in our locker room and who our guys are. And now we just need to channel that going forward.
It was a big second half comeback, and we saw players step up big. Who do you think was the most crucial player in that comeback?
Good question. That's a really good question, and I don't know if I have an answer to it. When I'm thinking about it now, I can point to each individual that contributed for a certain part of it, and I think maybe that's my answer, is that it was the whole. It was everyone contributing, which is how you make a run, how you really make a comeback. But we played different lineups. We tried to do different things. I don't know if I have an individual that stepped up. I mean, Robbie had some good looks that didn't go right. If Robbie hits one of the 3 open ones that he usually does, then it's Robbie. But McCaleb was aggressive and got to the foul line. Tyson got his hands on the ball. He didn't score as much as we wanted him to around the goal, but he kept his hands on the ball and kept him alive. Jalen and Zane played some extended minutes. CJ came in a row. So it was a compilation of some guys. I don't think I've got one guy. But that's how you turn a 19-point deficit into a 2.4-point game. It's the sum of the parts. Where early on I could tell you individuals that weren't performing. But it's a really good question, and I'd have to really sit with you and watch it to be able to point out. But I think as a whole, it was all the guys coming.
So as you said, you guys dug yourselves in a big hole during the first half. What did you say to the guys in the locker room to give them belief that we're still in this game? We still have a lot of basketball to play, and what sparked that comeback?
I don't know if I can tell you what I told them. I asked them to play a little harder. I asked them to play a little bit more focused. I asked them to execute a little bit better. We needed to play better, and I asked them to play better.
After losing the hard-fought game against Liberty, what are you guys going to work on next time you play them?
Right. So that's a huge thing for us, is now that we've played in. Every game's a big game for the coach, for the players. I mean, it changes game to game just because you're, human nature. But that game always carries such added importance. But as far as what we need to execute at a higher level. And that was the theme on Saturday morning when I brought him in for film. That was the theme Monday when we practiced. It was the theme before the game yesterday. It's going to be the theme today at practice. Is we got to let our natural talents and abilities show and not compound mistakes or do things that add to problems that are self-inflicted. So when we call a play, we need to be able to execute in the right spots. When we've got guys on the floor, they need to play to their strengths. So, executing at a higher level, paying attention to our details is something that's across the board. I think it'll help in games with opponents as good as Liberty is.
How will the team work on getting ahead earlier in future games?
You got any advice? I don't know. It's a great question, man. I don't know. It's very frustrating for me because I think we're a terrific comeback team. We play well and battle through adversity well. I just wish we didn't self-inflict it as much. I don't know. I'm perplexed about it. I'm searching for stuff about it. So if you got any advice, email me and let me know, and I'll read it to the guys, and we'll use it. And if it works, we'll name it after you, and figure it out from there. But I appreciate you guys being here. The questions, obviously, I thought were really tied in with us about what's going on with our program right now, so I could tell the research, and I appreciate that very much because it is some stuff that's specific to us and what we're doing. So credit to you guys for that. I'm excited to keep working with these guys. I hope that our best basketball's to be played, but I also just want to underscore how proud I am of our sub-varsity teams for playing how they have at the level that they have this year, and I hope that they feel honored and close their seasons really, really well. So we'll see you guys next week and talk about where we're at in conference and preview what we've got coming up. But in the meantime, we've got to get back to work and go up to St. Joe on Friday and give it our best shot. So we'll talk to you guys next week.